you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Denton, Texas, home to the North Texas Mean Green. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Rebels will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So North Texas offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The Mean Green with a ton of green to cover here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. North Texas will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the UNLV Rebels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
You're going to stop the run game. You better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Fires to the big fella. On the move at the 30. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Hold on. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Foley. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. Fires to the big fella. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
See, I like this tight end because he's not just running flat routes and little stick routes and drags. This guy can get vertically down the field. He showed you his speed there running the crosser.
And the Rebels are marching down the field. From the gun, running back gets the give. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Now it's 3rd and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UNLV.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that one.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. North Texas will have to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. First play of the drive, wants to throw. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Throws to the tight end. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays.
Oh, he's got some space. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Stop me when you've heard this before. 1st down, 1st down, 1st down. Just continuing to put 1st downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this 1st half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Touchdown, Vegas! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown.
14, North Texas,
Fielded in the end zone, it's Taylor. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Finds space on the right. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. North Texas in the hurry up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run play action. Blasted as he lets it go. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. North Texas really has it going on offense. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Plucks it out of the air. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Rebels offense is back on the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to... He's going for a big play downfield. Catch inside the 25. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary.
Touchdown, Rebels! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Wilson.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Give to the running back. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. North Texas in the hurry-up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
2nd down, he'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it through the air. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Never a doubt. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. From the red zone, it's Williams. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. They met him there and forced the TFL.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quick completion to the right. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and him slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
North Texas in the hurry up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. He's in open space downfield. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on first down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Fires to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Quick pass on the jet motion. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield.
Hold it.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on second down for this offense. Here's a heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Here comes the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Touchdown, Rebels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
North Texas, 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for room. It's great. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Denton than you have for what's been a fun first half? And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at lovely Dat-Q Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Foley. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He's going to throw deep right side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He never got his feet back underneath him after riding the running back and not handing it off. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals to hit that throw because that play was there to be made.
They'll run for it on third and short. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
With the catch, it's Clowney. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. Here we go. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Got a man. It's Foley. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UNLV. And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Coming out with it, it's Taylor. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. New set of downs after the completion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
North Texas comes to the line on 3rd and short. Wants to go up top. caught behind the line. It's Wilson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Quickly out to the tight end, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Going to swing it on second down. Makes the catch near the sidelines, but he's downed immediately before he gained an inch. Falls at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
13.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He's got great speed. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Rebels offense is back on the field. Off play action on first down. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. So now it's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Direct snap. Nice move to keep running. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business. We've reached the break, and UNLV is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A first down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
Okay, ready?
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a game-winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Finding an escape route. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. There he goes. Bust through behind his pad. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. North Texas really has it going on offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Landry. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Touchdown!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
North Texas, 20.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
To kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. He'll start this drive going to the air. Rush is on him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 20. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a win